A few weeks ago, I was using this smart remote from DJI, and I mentioned to my girlfriend that I needed to review it. She said, "Smart remote? I think you should call it the No Cuss remote." And I was like, "What?" She said, "Yeah, I've never heard you cuss when using it." That's not the case with the standard remote. You know, she's not wrong. This review is brought to you by my business cards. I got pretty photos on my business cards, and now I stand out on the street handing them out. Anybody want my business cards? I got a pretty picture on them. Anybody want business cards? Anybody? Don't be like Todd. Check out Squarespace. It's a fantastic place to display your beautiful photos. Start at squarespace.com/photorectv to save 10% off your order. So I've got 3 main pain points when using the standard DJI remote, and each point does often cause some cussing. Now, before I get to all the fucks and the shits, let me tell you what I do like about the standard remote. 1, it comes with a drone. 2, it's incredibly lightweight and portable. Battery life is good, recharge time is quick, and I want to stress that portability and weight. The size and weight of this remote really helps this whole package be extremely portable, and as a frequent traveler, usually, I really appreciate this. But this remote does have a few drawbacks. It's mostly just getting my phone into the remote. I've got a fairly slim case on my phone, but I still need to remove it to get it all plugged in correctly, including that little connector plugged in, which is often very fiddly. Then there's the DJI Go4 app itself. On my Android phones, it's not the most stable, and honestly, sometimes my phone is to blame. It's just slow to launch the app, or it half launches and then I need to force quit it and launch it again. And well, let's take a look at a real world side-by-side example. Todd in the standard remote versus Toby, me, in the smart remote. If you're just out flying for fun, a moment or two lost while you get everything connected and running is no big deal. But if you find yourself in situations where delays may cause you to miss a shot or a clip, well, that's a pretty big deal. And when you compare this to the smart remote, you just turn it on, you press go. It works every time, just like it's supposed to. Now, this is very much phone device dependent, but I have yet to find a phone or tablet that comes close to the beautiful, gorgeous brightness of the smart remote. It is absolutely usable in full sun. You don't have to be me in Antarctica. And thanks to my good friend and awesome photographer Frank Stelgis for capturing this humiliating photo of me. Now, this video is sponsored by Squarespace, and I'm going to make an assumption that you and I are similar. You love capturing photos, sharing them with the world, but you don't love fiddling with websites. That's why you should check out Squarespace. They've got gorgeous starting templates. Easy drag and drop interface means no fiddling. It's just a beautiful place to easily display your gorgeous photos. Connect a domain, sell your work, add a scheduler. Those are all super easy to do. I run my own portfolio and the entirety of Photorec.tv on Squarespace, and I'm a happy customer. If you do get stuck, they offer excellent 24/7 customer support with support heroes that are actually helpful. You can try them out 14 days free, no credit card required, and if you do decide to buy any of their services, you can save 10% by starting at squarespace.com/photorectv. Thanks, Squarespace. And finally, my third pain point skit, getting a call from mom. I could put my phone in airplane mode, but before I fly, there are times when I just forget. And while flying, calls and notifications destroy my view and concentration and might make me miss the shot. The Smart Remote is nice. It's designed for one thing and one thing only. Nothing else is going to get in your way. A few more features that I really like about the Smart Remote. It has a built-in micro SD card for backup of footage, though this is capturing streamed footage. So if there's any issues with the feed, they show up in the recordings. It's really only to be used as an emergency backup, but it's nice peace of mind. You've got a full HDMI out, so you can plug it into a monitor for sharing with others. You've got attachment points for a strap, which I find really handy. Get it? Okay, never mind. And overall, the remote feels really good. It charges over USB-C, which I appreciate since most of my gear is USB-C. And that's all the good news. But there are some bad news. I mean, despite the lack of cussing when using it, it isn't all good. There's the price. It's $750. That's expensive. It weighs significantly more than the standard remote, double the weight, really. I mean, if you add in the weight of the phone, then they're closer, but that's not really fair because I'm not leaving my phone at home, so I'm not sure we want to even bother adding that weight. And then there is, of course, the size. The antennas fold down and the little sticks screw off, but it is still a very large remote and takes up at least double the space in my bag. And battery life is just okay. DJI reports somewhere around 4 hours of flight time. I seem to get a little less than that, closer to 3. And it does charge slowly, really slowly, though you can charge it while using it. I mean, overall, I highly recommend the Smart Remote whenever bag space allows. I find the benefits here really improve the ease of which I can capture the photos and videos that I'm looking for. Now, at the time of making this video, it's compatible with the DJI Mavic Pro series and Enterprise series, and DJI states that sometime soon a firmware is going to come that will allow it to work with the Mavic Air 2. Now, we can get into a whole interesting discussion. I mean, should you be buying a remote that costs the same as the drone? This is a very impressive drone. It's not a toy. It's way more than that. And if you're seriously using it, the Smart Remote is going to make your use that much better. So I still do recommend it if you're serious. Now, if you're not always needing ultralight and portability, then I happily recommend this Smart Remote. And if you occasionally need that, what's nice about purchasing this is you can move back and forth between the standard remote and the Smart Remote depending on your needs. It's a very easy button press and about 10 seconds of waiting, not even. You can also use both remotes at the time, so there's benefits to owning both. You could have one as an educational learning experience. Both will fly the drone, you as the teacher and somebody else as the learner. Or you could let somebody focus on flying and the other person focus on camera and video capture and camera and gimbal movements. So, lot to love here. I've got one more thing to mention before I let you go. This isn't an ad, though it sounds like one. I love AirData UAV. They are an awesome service. You load an app on your phone or on the Smart Remote, that's possible, and it tracks all of the data about your drone and provides useful and helpful statistics about your flights, about your battery health, and provides information before you fly. They offer free plans, but there's also pay versions, and you can save 20% off by using coupon code PHOTOREC20. I'll put a link to those guys right down below. Your use of any of the links to purchase the Smart Remote, the drones I recommend, that's all down below, and your use of those links greatly helps this channel. Thanks so much for watching. Now enjoy some drone footage I shot last year in Alaska.
An ocean, a cave, a dream that no one could save, a shelter, a whole act, a light that